Before you ask, yes, I am going to be talking about my period. Hi, my name is Carlin, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about how I'm planning to prevent my milk supplies from dropping after getting my period postpartum. That was a lot of P's. My milk supply dropping when I get my period back is not anything new. Like, this is my third baby and she's 7 months old now. Yeah, it's happened before, but I think that before, I don't know if it was because I didn't have as many kids and I could kind of sit there and let them drink as long as they wanted. But yeah, she was kind of nursing for like an hour and a half to 2 hours sometimes because she just wasn't getting enough milk. And even if she was eating and then fell asleep and I like tried to take her off and put her down for a nap, like as soon as I would unlatch her, she would be crying because she just wasn't full. So cut to this video and I'm like, I need to try some things. I didn't try anything with my other two, but yeah, I think I want to implement some of the things I researched about how to stop your supply from dropping. So I'm going to be sharing the two things I'm going to try, and then at the end I'm going to share kind of a bonus thing I do for a really annoying aspect of periods. So keep watching. Number one that I researched was upping your calcium halfway through your cycle. And so I am somebody who happens to have a pretty regular cycle even after I come off of pregnancy and all those hormones and stuff. And I do take calcium. Okay, let's use take calcium very loosely because I'm supposed to take it regularly, but I don't. So even when I don't, the plan is to, when I make it to halfway through, my cycle is like 28 days. So halfway through, I'm going to be very vigilant, even if I wasn't the first half of the cycle, about taking my calcium and making sure I'm taking enough, because that's another thing. I don't take the number of capsules I'm supposed to take. So that is the first thing that they say is supposed to keep your milk supply up. So the second thing I'm going to do is be drinking mother's milk tea. So that's another thing that I was pretty good about, and maybe that's why I didn't drop as much with my other two. I don't know, but I used to be really good about drinking mother's milk tea while I was breastfeeding, just to make sure everything was, trucking along I was supposed to. But with this postpartum period, I haven't been drinking it as much. So again, I think I'm going to implement the same halfway through the cycle kind of timeline. And when I get halfway through, as well as, or along with upping the calcium, I'm going to also drink my mother's milk tea. That is my daughter waking up from her nap, if you can even hear her. So let's wrap this up pretty quickly. So the bonus thing that I promised you at the end, which I consider to be a nuisance when it comes to your cycle, and I don't know if you, maybe some people don't suffer with cramps, but it's cramping. So I used to have really bad menstrual cramps when I was like in high school and college, that I didn't like to take things for. So I would just kind of, whatever, not the point. The point is, after I graduated from high school, I went to this holistic doctor, and I had to do like a detox thing or something where I was, or maybe like an elimination diet. I don't know. I had to not have meat. And I guess maybe somewhere in that period of not having meat to be able to introduce meat again, I had a period. And when I tell you, I did not experience cramp. I experienced like a kind of like, ooh, what is that in my stomach? It was not, if it was cramping, it was very light cramping. So if you have cramps and, hopefully this does work for you, because it worked for me. I will say that, and it's something that you can try. But I would suggest, I know it can be hard for people, but at least a week before my period, I won't have meat. Oh, and just to be clear, it's not like fish or chicken. It's more of like steak, red meat, stuff like that. So if you're up to it, if you're willing to try something and experiment with something to see if you could get those cramps to subside and not be so uncomfortable, give that a try. So that is everything for this video. Let me know if any of those things were new to you, if you're going to try any of them, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.